We about to move into the classic code sports segment. We talking about Shedeur Sanders and do he have a realistic chance of starting for the Cleveland Browns? Let's go.
There you go. Talk to him. Classic codes, I ain't taking it slow. Forgive me, Lord, I woke up in that mode. Whether the winters were left in the cold.
Yo, it's classic with the classic code sports, and we talking about Shedeur Sanders today. Does he have a realistic chance of starting for the Cleveland Browns this season? So from what we've seen, in training camp so far, in the coverage that we've been able to see, it looks like Shedeur is being exactly who he's been. You know what I mean? It doesn't seem like he's phased by the fact that he's at the next level. It doesn't seem like he's having any issues with the media. As a matter of fact, I think he's been handling the media beautifully. So, finding a way to maintain being you. I always say this too about people who discuss code switching and knowing how to adapt and move in a room full of vultures, so to speak. I always said that if you get your character and your principles and your morals and your stoicism and your charisma, your charm, your confidence, if you can find a balance there and align yourself, you don't have to code switch at all. You could just be you. You could just be you everywhere you go. It's appropriate. You as you are, the way you speak, the way you carry yourself, the way you present your all everything. You don't have to turn it on, turn it off, or turn anything up or down. You could just be yourself. And I think Shedeur is mastering or finding that balance. I won't say he's got it down pat, but the way he's gracefully answered the media without coming off of his square and because it's like they tried to humble him with this fifth round thing, right? And he does a great job of not coming off of his confidence, coming off of his square of being a person with great self-belief. He kind of lets you know, like, I believe in myself. This is what I'm on, and this is where I'm coming from, and this is why I'm here. But without being disrespectful to anybody else and without showing that he has any resentment towards the way he's been done. I don't want to talk about him like he's a victim, because at the end of the day, he should be grateful for the opportunity. He's still, one out of XYZ millions of people who want to be an NFL player, and he's in the door. So he's still blessed at the end of the day. But he did earn a greater pick of the litter. He did earn a greater choosing. Joe Jett said, I think they'll let the vets hold it and eventually work in Sanders. Yeah, I think he starts after the first quarter of the season. So anything from week 5 on, I could see Shedeur getting a shot. I do think because of politics and payroll, I think that Dylan gets a shot before he does, though. I do think that I think the pecking order will be in accordance to the payroll. But it's the NFL. Everybody gets hurt. And then poor performances mixed with fan influence, because the fans will pressure you into putting somebody in the game. We've seen it done before. So Cleveland don't get off to a good start. If they got Flacco out there, or if they got Pickett out there, and they don't get off to a good start in the first 4 or 5 games, the heat going to be on. And the media needs something to talk about. So they're going to have a field day. They're going to have an absolute field day discussing nothing but, will the Browns start Shedeur? And they'll stay talking about it for weeks and weeks until it happens. And then when they decide to announce Shedeur going to get the start, all they're going to talk about is, how will he do it in the start? Then when he plays, how did he do it in the start? So he's a gold mine for content. I'll be covering it all season, but I've been a Shedeur fan, so it's one of those things where I've been watching him since high school. I've been watching Deion Sanders, my favorite football player of all time. So I've been following his children and his coaching journey simultaneously. So none of this is new to me. I've seen Shedeur develop, and he really got it out the mud. That's why I said Shedeur is a kid that comes from a well-off family, but when it comes to football, he had to get everything out the mud. Football's not a sport where your privilege can get you past a certain point. Your play has to do that. You have to actually get on the field and perform. You can't, like basketball, I feel like if you go get some reasonable numbers, politics, self-marketing and stuff like that, can get you that scholarship to that D1 school over somebody who probably a little touch better than you. but you got clout, you got a name, you play on a bigger AAU team, you've had greater exposure. Those things start mattering. When it comes to football, the cream rise to the top. Flat out. Flat out. The cream rise to the top, especially with the amount of injuries there are. You're going to get a shot. You're going to get a shot. And when you get a shot, that cream going to rise. You got to get it out the dirt when it comes to football. So that's just what it is. But I believe that Shedeur Sanders has a bright future. I always did. And to be honest with you, y'all see what I got on, man. You know, I want to see that boy with one of them stars on. You know what I mean? I want to see Shedeur come to Dallas. You feel me? Y'all drafted him in the 5th round. Y'all paying him shit. You know Jerry got the money. We know Jerry got that bag. So he want to come on over to Dallas. We can get McCarthy up out of there too. Dion could come coach the joint. I'm with all that. I'm with the whole setup. In Tampa Bay, they ain't gonna start Shiloh out there, even though they probably put him on the roster. They ain't gonna start Shiloh out there because they got some pieces at safety already, as far as I know. So Shiloh being like some glorified backup, we're not gonna do that. Bring him on into Dallas. We're gonna start him too. And if the Jaguars don't do right by Trav, Coach Prime know how to handle that too. So we can go ahead and bring Colorado straight to Texas. As far as I'm concerned, I'm with the whole setup. Give me Jimmy Horn. They don't want to re-up him. Bring him on over too. Bring Colorado straight to Texas. I'm with all of it. He said, yep, his dad will coach the Cowboys for sure. You know him and Jerry tight. You know him and Jerry tight, Joe. Him and Jerry tight. You know what I'm talking about? They like this. It ain't nothing but a sit down. And you know Dion ain't going to no damn Cleveland. He not finna go, even though he can get a meeting with the owner if he want to, but you know he not going to no damn Cleveland. Yeah, Shedeur gonna run up his value. And then when it's time, look, they put him on a 4-year deal for it's like 4 years, $4 million or something like that, or some shit like they paying him. He made more in college. You know what I'm saying? So, and he'll probably make more off the field with endorsements and stuff like that. He keep himself clean. So Shedeur know what he's doing from a business standpoint. So I think that and he don't get in trouble. So Shedeur gonna make his money one way or the other. But when it's time to re-up on some NFL shit, Cleveland gonna have to throw the bag at him. And then by that time, let's say 2 seasons in Cleveland. Let's say 3. And then that last year he ready to, get on somewhere. Man, if Cleveland throw him a couple million more than Dallas, and Dak already, we know Dak getting old. Dak don't run like he used to. Dak trying to be a pocket passer. He wasn't even that coming into the league. He wasn't even that. We ain't got time to be waiting on Dak to develop into some shit that he want to be when he grow up. We ain't got time for that shit. We got a few more years of Dak doing what Dak do. That's cool. We'll take it. And then it's the Shedeur show. Bring Shedeur to Dallas. I'm with the campaign. Jerry, if you see this, you know what we want. You know what we want. Yeah, man. But that's the sports segment, man. Shedeur Sanders, again, looking good in training camp with the Cleveland Browns, handling the media well, handling the spotlight well. And I think that when he gets his opportunity to start, we'll be right here with the Classic Code Sports, covering it every step of the way. That's just what it is, man. So shout out to Dion, shout out to the whole family. And y'all boys, them boys put God first, and they let you know about it every chance they get. So it's nothing but respect over there. You can't do nothing but respect it.
Classic codes, I ain't taking it slow. Forgive me, Lord, I woke up in that mode. Weathered the winters when left in the cold. Harden my heart and that heart in the flow. They don't